Hi everyone and welcome to the theater session. My name is Tali Ash. I'm a product manager for the Azure ATP team. In this session, we will see how attackers can move laterally in your network and how you can investigate it and respond using Azure ATP. Who heard about Azure ATP or has any experience with it? Excellent. And ATA? Okay, great. So let's start. Today, most of the organizations are in hybrid environment. They are using both cloud and on-premise. When attackers are targeting the hybrid organization, they are looking at it as a one unit. They're not thinking, hey, this is the cloud, this is the on-prem, two different things. When they're targeting the hybrid organization, they are looking to compromise only one user to get inside your network and then move laterally. Let's see how a typical hybrid attack looks like. Most of the attacks are starting with brute force attempts or a phishing campaign. If a user is looking at a phishing email, it will be compromised. Once a user is compromised, the attacker has access to your cloud data. They can look at your mailbox, SharePoint, Office 365, any cloud application this user is using. Then they will try to gain persistence and exfilter data from your cloud apps. They can do it using different techniques like setting forwarding rules on your SharePoint or on your mailbox. But they won't stop there. The data they are looking at and which they are interested to find is in the on-premise environment. So they will find a way to go from the cloud environment to your on-premise network. They can look for the user mailbox and they will see an email with instructions on how you can connect to the organizational on-premise network using VPN. They will use the compromised user credentials, and will follow the instructions on how to connect to the organization using VPN, and that's it. They will be inside your on-premise environment. Then they will move laterally until they get the data they are interested at. So as attacks are both cloud and on-premise, your SecOps need one place to investigate all of it. Using Azure ATP, you can protect, detect, investigate, and respond to identities-based attack in your on-premise environment. Together with Cloud App Security and Azure AD Identity Protection, which are focused on protecting identities in the cloud, you will get a complete identity protection for your hybrid organization. In such organization, there is so much data, so many activities that are coming from different data sources. And your analyst needs a guidance. They need to understand what is important, which anomalies they should focus on. Therefore, Azure ATP provides you both alerts and suspicious activities. Alerts are high-confidence suspicious activities that represent attacks. They can be signature-based or behavioral. To be able to identify suspicious activities, Azure ATP is using user behavioral analytics. We are learning the identities in your environment, we are profiling them, and then once there is an activity of a specific user, we can identify if this specific activity is suspicious or not. We are taking both the alerts and suspicious activities of a specific user, we are combining it together and creating a user investigation priority. This is how it looks like. For each user, we will calculate the user investigation priority. This is a number. As this number is higher, it is more important to investigate this specific user. It can tell you how risky this user, and it can help you to prioritize which user you should investigate. Let's look at a demo, and we'll see how it looks like in real time. So first, I promised you that your SecOps need one place to investigate identities. We are currently looking at Cloud App Security because in the last year, we were working very, very hard on unifying all the different identity security that Microsoft have into one place. So we will have one portal to investigate identities across cloud and on-premise. We chose Cloud App Security to be this portal because we believe it provides the best functionalities required for investigation. So inside Cloud App Security today, you will get both Cloud App Security data, Azure AD Identity Protection, and Azure ATP. We are looking at the alerts queue inside Cloud App Security. If you would like to filter for Azure ATP alerts, you can easily do it by checking Application Active Directory. All data of Azure ATP in this portal is represented by Application Active Directory. This is because this is the actual data source. When an analyst is looking at alerts, they don't care which product or engine triggered the alert. They would like to understand the context and what is the data source. So let's search for an alert that contains many users. Typically, it can be a brute force attack. So we can search by the policy to find the brute force attacks that happened in the organization. We have here two alerts. Let's look at the first one. We can see that in this specific brute force attack, 44 accounts were exposed. And now you will ask yourself, which account should I investigate first? Who is more important? I can't investigate at one all the 44 accounts. Exactly for that, you have the investigation priority. You can click on the 44 suspect accounts to get a full list of all the accounts that were exposed. You can see for each user its number of alerts and the investigation priority. This list is sorted by investigation priority. So the first user in the list is the most interesting and most prioritized to investigate. In our example, this is Daisy. Now you would like to understand who is Daisy, what is her role in the organization, which other activities is she performing. And I know analysts. Most of the time, at this point, they will go to other tools, they will look at the organizational directory data to understand who is the user. But we don't want you to go anywhere. We want to provide you all the information you need for investigation inside this portal. So you can click very easily on Daisy, and you will be directed to Daisy user page. Inside this user page, you will be able to understand who is the user and why is she risky. So let's understand who is Daisy. We can see very clearly that Daisy is a software engineer in the Orato department. Her investigation priority is 251. She has 7 open alerts, which are at medium severity, and we're also reading the identity risk level of Daisy from Azure ADAP, and you can see that her current risk level is medium. In the user exposure section, we are giving you different statistics about Daisy. What is her normal behavior in the organization? What normal assets is she using? You can see here both on-premise assets and data from the cloud, like the location she's authenticating from to the organization, the devices she's logged into, and the on-premise resources she's accessing. If you will click on the 3 devices, you will get a list of all the devices she logged into, and for each device, you can see the recent time she logged into this specific device. Below that, we give you basic contact information, like email, phone, and office location. So now we have better understanding on who is Daisy, and we'd like to move to the next part to understand why is she risky. So we already saw that she was exposed in a brute force attack, but we see here that her investigation priority is 251. We can see here the distribution of the investigation priority, that it builds both from alerts and risky activities. Here at the right, you can see what is Daisy location based on the entire organization in the investigation priority. We can see that currently she's in the 50 percentile. Here you will see a trend of the investigation priority of Daisy in the last 14 days. Each column that is red represented at this specific date, Daisy was at the top 90 percentile of users you should investigate. So we saw that the investigation priority for Daisy is built both from alerts and suspicious activities. In this timeline, we are giving you all the alerts and suspicious activities that contributed to the investigation priority in the last 7 days. Let's look what we have here. We can see different alerts that are coming from the cloud of risky sign-in from an anonymous IP address. In addition to that, we have some suspicious activities in SharePoint and suspicious activities in the on-premise coming from Active Directory. Let's understand why this specific logon is suspicious. We can see here a logon to the RDP server. and it got a score of 5. If you will click on the +5, you will get evidence of why this specific activity is suspicious. We can see that this is the first time that Daisy is logged into the RDP server. In addition, only one other user in the tenant accessed this RDP server in the last 7 days. Let's take a look at one of the SharePoint activities, access file in a SharePoint site. In this specific activity, we can see this is the first time Daisy is accessing the SharePoint side from this ISP. And only 2 other users in the tenant connected from this ISP in the last 7 days. In addition to that, only 3 active users in the tenant accessed this specific SharePoint site in the last 7 days. So what we did, we started from an alert, which included many, many users. And Daisy was the most interesting one to look at. We understood who is Daisy, and we see that she's not only exposed in a brute force attack, but in addition to that, she's doing many suspicious activities and other alerts triggered on her. So we can conclude at this point that Daisy is compromised. And you would like to take action. You would like to remediate Daisy. In the beginning, we saw that Daisy risk level is medium. And you would like to change it to high, so all the conditional access policies you configured in your organization will be applied on Daisy. You can easily do it directly from this portal. Again, you don't need to go anywhere. You can just go to the user actions and confirm user compromise. Once you will do that, Daisy will become high, her identity risk level in Azure AD IP will be high, and all the conditional access policies you configured for high-risk users will be applied on Daisy. So this was the first part. We understand Daisy is compromised, and then we remediated her. But the attacker won't stop here. If Daisy is compromised, maybe other identities in the organization are compromised as well. So you will need to understand what is the next step. Which other users should I investigate now? For that, we're providing you this section of sensitive user at risk. Here you can see all the sensitive users Daisy put at risk for a potential lateral movement path. Azure ATP is calculating a potential lateral movement path for any sensitive account in the organization. You can tag manually accounts as sensitive, and we also tag for you accounts as sensitive when they are members of high privileges Active Directory groups. So let's click on that. We'll see all the sensitive users she's put at risk. We can see her main admin and Nick. Let's go to Nick to understand how she put him at risk. What is exactly this potential lateral movement path that I'm talking about? So we are now at Nick's user page, and we can see very clearly he is an admin in the organization. In addition to that, he is tagged as sensitive. Therefore, Azure ATP calculated a lateral movement path for him. For every user who is sensitive in the organization, you will see a lateral movement path tab inside the user page. So you can see here that the recent path that was calculated to Nick is from Monday. And we can see here exactly how Daisy put at risk Nick. You can see here very clearly that from Daisy, you can go to Jeff, and then you can go to Nick, which has high privileges in your organization. But how is it possible? You can hover on the device to understand it. We can see that Daisy is a local admin on victim PC. And Jeff is logged into victim PC. That means that once Daisy is compromised, the attacker can use her credentials, logged into victim PC, and extract the credentials of Jeff because he's a local admin on this specific computer. So now, not only Daisy is compromised, but also Jeff. And this is not the end. There is another hope here. Here we can see that Jeff is a local admin on the SharePoint server. And Nick, who is your sensitive account, is logged into the SharePoint server. So the attacker can now log into SharePoint server with Jeff credentials and extract the credentials of Nick. Once the attacker will do that, they will get access to your sensitive data in the organization. So if I was an analyst, the next user I will focus on would be Nick, because I don't want the attacker to get Nick credentials and access my sensitive information. So we started from an alert with many, many users. And then we investigated the top user to investigate using the investigation priority, which was Daisy. We concluded that Daisy is compromised and took action. Then we asked ourselves, who are the next identities or entities we should focus on? And we can clearly understand it from the potential lateral movement path. Because although this path is potential, once one of these entities in the path is compromised, it means that it can get into Nick, the sensitive, the target, or the SharePoint server, or Jeff, so you can understand what is the next step you should take. Any questions so far? Yes. Can you? What, sorry? Yes, you can configure in this alert specifically coming from Azure. I'm sorry, I will repeat the question. Is there a way to control the anonymous IPs alerts to make sure it won't happen? So this specific alert is coming from Azure AD Identity Protection, so you can able to control it over there. What? It's based on conditional access and other data they are collecting on your logins and IP ranges, and you're able to tag IP ranges in Azure AD Identity Protection that might help to adjust this specific alert. Any other questions? Yes. What? The license required to have this is E5, EMS E5 or M365 E5. Okay, great. So how you can enjoy from all this stuff? If you're already using Azure ATP, you can go to Cloud App Security, Settings, Azure ATP, and just enable the integration. Once you're doing it, you will get all Azure ATP data inside Cloud App Security, including the investigation priority. If you would like to hear more about Azure ATP, you're more than welcome to come to our breakout sessions tomorrow to hear more about the investigation priority, how we calculate it, and all the other functionalities Azure ATP has. If you would like to experience it in your own hands, you can just come to our workshops tomorrow on Thursday, and I will be happy to see you there. If you have any other questions, I'm here. Thank you very much for coming.